How will you start with? Check whether this is increasing or decreasing. How will you start with? Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Hmm. हेलो. मैं बोल किधर रहा था? मैं तो वेट कर रहा था तुम कुछ बोलो. अभी अभी सुनाई दे रहा है? हेलो. Okay. So you want to check whether this is increasing or decreasing? Okay. So you will start with xn plus 1 minus xn. That is 1 upon n plus 1 minus 1 upon n. That is n minus n plus 1 upon n into n plus 1. That is minus 1 upon n into n plus 1. What can you say about this term? Whether it is positive or negative? Where your n is natural number. That is always negative. Do you agree? This term will be positive, but since it is minus, so it will be always negative. So once your xn plus 1 minus xn is negative, what is your conclusion? Hmm. What is your conclusion? It is monotonic decreasing. Very nice. Perfect. So my question was, does there exist a sequence which is monotonic increasing also and decreasing also? Does there exist a sequence which is monotonic increasing also decreasing also? Okay, try to see what is common between these two brackets. Equal. Very nice, very nice. Equal to 0. And when is that possible? When is that xn plus 1 minus xn will be 0? That means xn plus 1 must be same as xn, na? And that is possible only if your sequence is constant sequence. Do you agree? That is possible only if your sequence is constant sequence. Yeah, is that clear to you? Yes. Okay. So let me ask you one more question and check whether it is increasing, decreasing. What is that? Hmm. Check whether it is monotonic, increasing, decreasing. What is that? How will you start with? Xn plus 1 minus xn. Or before that, if you want, you can solve it little bit. But if you don't want, no issue. So what is xn plus 1? At the place of n, put n plus 1. So this will become n plus 3 minus root of n plus 1 minus bracket open, what is xn? Root of n plus 2 minus root n. ठीक है, what else? It is better to solve this actually. You whenever you see a square root, it is better to rationalize, correct? If you rationalize it in the denominator, you will be having n plus 2 plus root n, and in the numerator you will be having only 2, I think. Try to see whether you are getting the same thing. It is better to use that one instead of this. Yes, is that clear? Can I write this thing as this? Multiplying and divide by root n plus 2 plus root n. Now can you check whether it is increasing, decreasing? Xn plus 1 minus xn. Or I'll tell you one more trick here. See, it is not necessary that you are having n or ye n plus 1. N plus 1 is not a special one. You should consider यहाँ पे n है तो यहाँ पे कोई भी number which is bigger than n. So I just consider n plus 1. So in this case, if you want to make your life easy, so it is better to consider xn plus 2 minus xn. उधर से भी आएगा, that is not a issue, but I'm just telling you a hint. That is, if this is n, try to take the next number that should be bigger than n. So bigger than n तो कुछ भी चलेगा ना. So I'll do both the thing. पहले इधर से देखो तो डायरेक्ट दिखेगा तुमको, कैंसिल होंगे लोग. इधर से देखो तो तुमको ये भी सॉल्व करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. In the previous one also this will help you. See how will that root of this will become n plus 4 minus root of n plus 2, and minus xn is root of n plus 2, and this will become plus root n. So ये दोनों cancel, correct? And what are you having? Root of n plus 4 plus root n, which is a positive number, so it is increasing. You see, you should understand smartly क्या use रहेगा, क्या better रहेगा अपने लिए. Here it was n, here it was n plus 2, correct? How will you choose n plus 2? I saw that root के अंदर यहाँ पे n है, यहाँ पे n plus 2 है, but if I was taking n plus 1 तो कुछ cancel ही नहीं होता. I'll be landing with 4 terms, so that is quite difficult to handle. It is better to cancel one of them. And how can you do that? Just observe the term. It is n plus 2. Similarly, if I give you a question, what will you do in this case? Hello. Hmm. हेलो. या ओके. तुम बोल रहे हो कैंसिल नहीं होगा ना? ओहो, यस यस. सो इट इज़ माइनस एक्शन. यहाँ पे अगर प्लस होता तो ठीक है. चलेगा, बट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड दिस एज अ ट्रिक. यहाँ पे n है तो यहाँ पे n plus 2. सो या आई जस्ट erase दिस थिंग. दिस शुड बी प्लस 2 आएगा. सो ये कैंसिल नहीं होगा. दिस विल बिकम 2 टाइम्स ना. So it will be 2 times, so it is no use to us. So वही करना पड़ेगा. You need to rationalize and then cross multiply और वही सब करना पड़ेगा. No issue. And even one more thing you can do. put n equal to 1, x1, x2, x3, what is the pattern do you see? If you put n equal to 1, you are having root 3 minus 1. If you put n equal to 2, you are having root 4 minus root 2. N equal to 3, you are having root 5 minus root 4. Correct? So what is the pattern you see? रूट थ्री इंक्रीज हो रहा है. करेक्ट. सो इंक्रीजिंग ही आएगा बट इसमें थोड़ा लेंदी रहेगा तुमको प्रूफ करना, वट एवर इट इज़. ठीक है, यू जस्ट ट्राई दिस. जस्ट क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करना रहेगा, दैट्स इट. और लास्ट में यू नीड टू गिव अ कंक्लूजन की दैट इज पॉजिटिव. ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0 अगर तुम लोगों ने बता दिया देन दैट्स इट. सी अगर उधर से करना है तो यू शुड कंसिडर दिस वन. लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली डू दैट. xn plus 1 minus xn. So what is your xn plus 1? It is 2 upon this will be n plus 1 पुट किया तो क्या आएगा? रूट ऑफ n plus 3 प्लस रूट ऑफ क्या है n plus 1 ना, माइनस इट विल बी 2 अपॉन रूट ऑफ n plus 2 प्लस रूट n. करेक्ट. विच इज़ ईजिली विजिबल कि इधर नीचे वाला टर्म बड़ा है और इधर छोटा है, तो ये फिर क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करना होगा तुमको. यू नीड टू कंक्लूड इफ़ यू टेक 2 कॉमन and last में you need to conclude whether it is positive or negative. If it is positive then it is increasing function. See, denominator is always positive. Do you see that? Denominator का कोई रोल ही नहीं है अपने केस में. So you just need to solve the upper one and try to see what is the relation between them. Okay. Uh, One more question, let us, or should I go ahead with the theorem? Some properties of convergence sequence. Let me do properties. So the first property is a convergence sequence has a unique limit. Now I hope you understand the trick when you want to prove unique limit. What is the trick? How will you start? You want to prove uniqueness. What is the trick to prove uniqueness? You want to prove there is only one people where xn converge. So how will you prove that there does not exist any other one? Yes, you should start with suppose exist. Suppose there are two people. Suppose there are x and y such that limit x how should I directly write xn converges to x and xn converges to y. Correct. This is how we used to prove the uniqueness. No, you are starting with suppose there are two people x and y, and they both xn is converged to x and xn converges to y also. So what you have to prove? You have to prove this x and y are same actually. Correct. Okay, so let us start. You are given xn converges to x. Can you quickly write the definition of that? Since xn converges to x, what is definition? For all epsilon positive, or let me write for given, दोनों सेम है. For given epsilon positive, what is condition? There exist see यहाँ पे मैं n1 बोलता हूँ. There exist n1 belongs to natural number satisfying for all n greater than equal to n1. What is the condition? Mod of xn minus x must be less than epsilon. ठीक है? Or let me just took epsilon by 2, or I'll write let it be as it is. In the later case we'll do. Also we are having xn converges to y also. So for the same epsilon, that is epsilon positive, there must exist a n2 belongs to natural number, correct? For given epsilon positive, there must exist a n2 such that for all n greater than equal to n2, you are having what? Xn minus y that is less than epsilon. Is that clear? अभी तक कुछ नहीं किया है. I'm just writing the definition of both the thing. Is that clear to you? Is the thing clear? Hello. Xn converges to x, I am writing the definition of that. Xn converges to y, I am writing the definition of that. Okay, now I want to combine both the thing, correct? So try to see this term. When xn converges to x, I am having a n naught. Let me just draw it, then it will be quite clear to you. Suppose it is my x here, and there will be a epsilon band here, correct? And for this x, uh, something like this, your epsilon band, there will be n1 here, correct? There will be your n1 which will after n1 everybody is lying in this band. This is for x, and ye x minus epsilon, this is x plus epsilon. Okay, now same thing is happening with y also. There will be your y, and here will be y minus epsilon, y plus epsilon. Y plus epsilon, correct? And for this also you may have something यहाँ पे. All the people are lying in this epsilon band, so your n2 will be somewhere here. This is n2. Is that clear? Is the diagram clear to you? This is your sequence xn converges to x का definition. This is your xn converges to y का definition. Is the graph clear? जो भी मैंने पिछले definition लिखा था उसी को मैंने just draw किया. That's it. Yes. Now if you combine both the definition और दोनों को साथ में रखा अगर, तो अपने को क्या दिखेगा? X and y are somewhere here, and there will be n1 and n2 will be somewhere here. So my question is that which n should I choose such that दोनों condition satisfy हो, such that everybody is in that epsilon band? Means after which n should I choose? After this n1, suppose if I am taking after this n1, I should have both the conditions should satisfy. But after this n1 if I choose, so look at the definition. Here this n1 is somewhere here. But if I choose this one, so there will be some people of y which is remaining here. For x it is okay. Everybody is in the epsilon band. But for y it is not. So but if I take n2, then what? Here everybody is in epsilon band, and here everybody is already in epsilon band because n1 was much lesser than that. So which n should I choose so that both the conditions should satisfy? See, I'm just giving you an example that this may happen that n1 बड़ा है n2 छोटा है. I'm just giving you a hint that I need to choose a n such that either it is epsilon band for x or it is epsilon band for y. Everybody should be in that band only. Everything is here only. You should see. Suppose, let me just repeat once again. If I took n1 and I am fixing my condition that I want both the conditions should be satisfied. Both the condition, that means what? For x everybody should be in epsilon band and for y also everybody should be in epsilon band. But that is not possible because my n, as per the graph जैसा हम लोगों ने draw किया है, my n1 is here, but this n1 will not work for y because y के लिए I need someone which is n2. यहाँ से everybody is in epsilon band, correct? And if I took n2 as my final natural number, then will this be okay for both the epsilon band? Let us see. If my n2 is here, then this is already true for y, and this n2 will be somewhere here, but this was true for n1. So n2 के लिए true होने में कोई issue नहीं है because n1 के आगे everybody is in epsilon band, so n2 भी काम करेगा. So you need to choose n not equal to maximum of n1 and n2. So this is the trick we will be using everywhere whenever we are having two epsilon type something, two epsilon band something like that. So if you want to make one, if you want to combine both the thing, then you have to choose the maximum. And I have shown you from the graph, you can clearly see why should we choose maximum one, correct? So choose n not equal to maximum. If my n not is maximum 1, then you should write the statement once again, that is, so your mod of xn minus x must be less than epsilon, and mod of xn minus y, that must be also less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to n naught. Is that clear to you? Because it is maximum of n1 and 2. For xn n1 तो आएगा ही, for y के लिए n2 भी आएगा. So you just have to take maximum so that both the thing is satisfied. If you are agree with this, then we should go ahead. Okay. Now what was my claim? What do I want to prove? I started with, suppose there are two people x and y such that they are having this condition, that is xn converge to x, xn converge to y. What is my claim? What is my claim? What is my question? Every convergence sequence has a unique limit. That means I need to prove that x and y are equal, correct? And I have already told you in the case of calculus, if you want to prove two people are equal, what is the trick? Okay, just wait a second. See, for given epsilon positive, can I choose epsilon by 2 here? Since epsilon is a number, so can I take epsilon by 2 here? And here also, can I take epsilon by 2? Because if epsilon is a number, so epsilon by 2 is also positive. So whatever is true for epsilon, that will be true for any, and even it is for given for any epsilon. No? So I'll choose epsilon by 2. You will see some magic will happen with this epsilon by 2. So here also it will be epsilon by 2. Okay. So now we are done with all the requirement to prove the final conclusion. Let us go back once again and see. Suppose there are x and y such that xn converges to x and xn converges to y. Since xn converges to x, what is the definition? For given epsilon positive, there exists n1 belongs to natural number such that for all n greater than equal to n1, mod of xn minus x is less than epsilon by 2. Also xn converges to I, that means for given epsilon positive there exists n2 belongs to natural number such that for all n which are greater than equal to n2 you are having this condition. Now I want to combine both the thing, that means I need only one natural number such that both the things should be satisfied. So I just drawn a graph and tried to see xn converges to x, so I am having this n1 here and xn converges to I may have a n2 here, correct? So I need to choose, I am having only two people n1 and n2, इसी में से कोई एक तो रहना चाहिए, but can I take n1 as my final n? Suppose if I am taking n1, so n1 is here, but I'll be remaining with some people of y which are not in this epsilon band, correct? So this n1 will not work. If I take n2, then everybody is in epsilon band and here also everybody is in epsilon band, so it is better to take the maximum of them. So I am choosing n naught is maximum of n1 and n2. If I am choosing maximum, so both the thing will be satisfied for all n greater than equal to n naught. Okay, now let us consider 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 mod of x minus y. Do you remember, to prove something is equal, I have told you you just need to prove x minus y is less than something. If I consider mod of x minus y, but I am having something which is related to xn, so I may add and subtract xn in between, correct? So I may write x minus xn plus xn minus y. Can I do that? What else? What should I do next? What should I do next? Can I use triangle inequality now? This is less than equal to x minus xn plus xn minus y. Can I do that? And x minus xn is same as mod of xn minus x, तो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. And you already know this is less than epsilon by 2 and this is also less than epsilon by 2, which is same as epsilon. So you have proved x minus y is less than epsilon for all epsilon. Do you understand? The question was give me any epsilon for given epsilon. So this is true for any epsilon, which imply x is equal to y. This was your corollary of unit 1 if you remember. If you want to prove two things are equal, you just have to take their subtraction is less than somebody, and that somebody is anyone, कोई भी हो सकता है. That is not a fixed guy. Correct? So that means your x is equal to y. So we have proved that every convergence sequence is here. The limit of a sequence is unit. Limit of xn is unique. Okay? Let's go back to the proof once again and see. Is there any doubt, any issue? Then you can ask now. Okay? So I'll just state the next theorem, next property, and we'll stop here for this one. Then we'll do your problems, your doubts of your practical 1 and 2. Second theorem, that is every convergent sequence is bounded. The next we'll be proving this. Okay. So in the next lecture we'll be doing this.